Welcome back, my dear friends, once again to this second part of the tale of Melon City. In my first part, I hope that you have enjoyed the recitation and word meanings. In this second part of the video, I'm going to give you the question and answers and the poetic devices, and I hope that you will enjoy this video, right? So we start with the question and answers. Narrate the tale of Melon City in your own words. Answer. Once upon a time there was a king. He was a just, naive and a gullible king. One day he announced that a majestic means royal, that a majestic arch should be built spanning over the main thoroughfare. Thoroughfare means main road. To edify the people. To edify means to improve morally or to improve them, enlighten them. To edify the people. Soon the arch was built. The king rode down the street. As he was crossing under the arch, which was too low, his crown was knocked down. That means fell down. It was disgraceful, so he ordered the chief of the builders to be hanged. The builder pleaded his innocence and added that it was the fault of the workmen. They blamed the masons. When the masons were summoned means called, they accused the architect, who in turn told that the king should be blamed because the king had made certain changes in the plans. The king got angry and he sought the counsel. Counsel means the advice of a wise man. He advised that the arch must be hanged because it had knocked off the king's crown. However, immediately a counselor said that it would be disgraceful to hang the arch which had touched the solemn head of the king. In the meantime, the crowd became restless. They wanted a hanging, and the king ordered that somebody must be hanged. The noose was prepared, and each man was measured one by one. But alas, the man who fitted the noose was the king himself, and he was hanged. Soon it was proclaimed, it was announced, proclaimed means announced, that the next person to cross the city gate would decide who would be the next king. It so happened that a fool crossed the city gate. The guards asked him who would be their next king. The fool prompted a melon. The ministers crowned the melon as their king. Now, when the people of the Melon City are asked about the choice of Melon being their king, they just reply that it was a customary choice. So dear friend, I come to the second question. What impression would you form of a state where the king was just and placid? Answer. A kingdom where the king was just and placid was destined to be doomed. The story of the Melon City edifies us. Edifies means enlightens us, means gives us knowledge, gives us understanding. That technical flaw in the arch cost the life of the ruler, and the people chose a melon to be their king just to enjoy extreme liberty. Here extreme liberty means laissez-faire. The naive king readily accepted the explanation of everybody. The naive king, naive means very easily taking everybody's advice and counseling, etc. The naive king readily accepted the explanation of everybody regarding the flaw. Flaw means difficulty, the problem in the construction of the arch. He should have had his acumen. His acumen means his own understanding, his capacity to see through everything, to understand everything. A kingdom with such a ruler can never prosper, and the people ultimately suffer, and the people of that kind of kingdom, country, state ultimately suffer. Now, question number 3. How, according to you, can peace and liberty be maintained in a state? According to me, a state can maintain her peace and liberty by means of good governance. There should be a democratic flavor blended with rights and duty, reasoning, rationalism, care for the poor, and the weak, honesty, etc. should be the features of such state. Above all, the ruler of such state should be just and impartial. So we come to the next question, that is question number 4. Suggest a few instances in the poem which highlight humor and irony. Humor means something that makes you laugh and you enjoy that. It's a humor, right? Answer. The whole poem is humorous. Some of the instances are: the loss of the crown by the king under the arch is humorous. It is very funny that the king readily accepts the explanation of each offender, and in turn he himself falls prey to the situation and gets executed. Right? This is very humorous. The image of an old wise man who can't even walk or see is ludicrous, and his counsel, right? And his counsel to the king is more humorous. The death of the king is no less funny because he wanted to punish the guilty person, but he himself is trapped to be hanged. The policy of crowd appeasement, which many of our politicians nowadays do, the policy of crowd appeasement rather makes the situation humorous. Last but not the least, the coronation of the Melon is the height of humor. Coronation means the crown giving ceremony of the king, right? So the coronation of the Melon is the height of humor. Now the irony, the poem has many instances of irony. The arch was built to edify the people, but this so-called edified people, that means enlightened people, caused the death of their king who wanted to enlighten them. The king is said to be just and placid, but he himself had frown on his face and saw red. Saw red means became angry. The selection of the wise man based on his age for advice is ironical. He could neither see or walk nor pass a wise judgment. It is equally ironical that the king said somebody must be hanged, and eventually he himself was hanged. So very, very ironical, right? The tale of Melon City has been narrated in a verse form. This is a unique style which lends extra charm to an ancient tale. Find similar examples in your language. Share them in the class. Dear friends, dear students and viewers, see, this kind of stories are there in every language, in every country, in every place, right? So I hope that you will be able to find or to relate some stories like this. And if you would at all have any problem, you can give me your comment in the comment box. I will try to help you. I'll try to give you some ideas or answers, etc. Right? So the next section is poetic devices. Right? Every poem, every prose piece, there are many poetic devices. So here I have discovered these poetic devices: alliteration, assonance, and repetition. Alliteration means repetition of the consonant sound, and assonance is the repetition of vowel sound, and repetition is the repetition of word or phrase, etc. Right? Alliteration. Workmen went, so since. So since is also sibilance. Sibilance means the soft sound repetition. Next, the thoroughfare, then tricky thing, then wise was, and then but being. Now the assonance is the repetition of vowel sound, and arch, it is an assonance. Now we come to repetition, long live the king. Next, the chief of builders. Next, a just and placid king. And finally, O king. So these are the repetitions, right? So my dear students, I have come to the end of this video. I hope that you have liked this video, you have enjoyed it, you have learned certain things according to the poem and the question and answers. You will be able to understand. If you have any question, query, you can give me in the comment box, right? I'll try to answer you. I will try to reply you. And before I leave, I would like to request you to subscribe my videos and give me your support, that means thumbs up, and don't forget to give your precious comment. It helps me a lot. Thank you, my dear viewers, my dear friends, and my dear students, for your support. Thank you very much. Have a very good day. Bye.